just want to bring my past experience and mix it up with the new VCF and give more insight on how VCF can help a customer's overall journey. Now, from morning we have been hearing about VCF. Now, am I going to talk something different? Am I going to talk about some VMware alternatives? No, that's not the thing. The reason here is customer come and ask us, hey, the VCF license is expensive, the renewal is expensive. Now, what do we do with that, right? So it's a very frequently asked question. So it's like a circle. Customer starts with this. So circle starts with a dot, and it goes around and comes in the same place. So they come back and ask us, hey, what's the renewal cost, by the way? So that's how the whole journey works, right? So VMware has set the standards, and that's the reference architecture for the whole virtual world. So now with VCF, the standard has gone like many folds higher. So if you ask me, can anyone else even closely match? I don't think so. So that's the thing. Now, what I'm going to do today is go one level low, because we have been talking about all the good features about VMware, VCF, and whatnot. Now, how do we bring this into action? So that is something which I'm going to talk, right? So I have 5 main agenda for today. So starting from traditional vSphere comparison with VCF, and then a couple of case studies, and this is real-time case studies. Then how operationally VCF has transformed customers' day-to journey, and then how to maximize VCF ROI. So this is the overall agenda. Now let's start comparing the traditional or the classic vSphere with VCF. So before we start, right, I'm not trying to compare any product here. ESX is ESX, vCenter is vCenter, or vSAN, NSX, everything remains same. So with VCF, we are not trying to do any comparison of the older version of product to the newer version. It is how the entire life cycle is simplified when it comes to VCF. So let me put myself in a customer shoe, right? I'm a customer. I start here in this corner. I buy a small vSphere farm with vCenter, right? Everything working good. My business expands. I buy one more cluster. Okay, I'm here. Now I have 2 clusters, very easy. I can hire a junior engineer to manage, and I can be his manager. So I get some promotion as well, good. Now down the line, couple of years later, I feel, okay, I need to buy storage. Probably let me go to HCI. The vSAN is very good, that's what I heard. Let me buy vSAN. So I come one step forward here. So from vSphere to vSAN, and then everything good about time to modernize my network. So I go call VMware and say I need some NSX license and deploy, I want to modernize my whole networking. So I come here, so one more step here, right? So I started there, I'm already here. Now with all these good things happening, I want to wrap it up with more automation and orchestration. So I want to provide some self-service portal for the users. So okay, one more step up, I'm here, right? Now I want to do some management, I bring in some third-party tools, everything. So I started there, I'm almost here. Now I get a call, hey, we need to do Windows 11 installation, but we need to upgrade the ESXi to version 8. Okay, now I just look back where I started, somewhere there. Now when I want to do an upgrade, right, I need to make sure my entire layer, the compatibility, interoperability, everything is checked. And I need to make sure if I upgrade certain version, it is compatible and not impacting any other things in my whole infrastructure. So it's a big cycle for me to go where I started and come back to a version what I need. And by the time I end this, there will be a tech refresh coming. So I need to focus. Now where is my entire focus gone in the infrastructure? But I'm not able to focus on what is the business outcome, what's next. So this focus is completely lost. So as you can see, with VCF, right, you get a single platform to run your virtual machine, your Kubernetes, the modern apps, and also the private AI, everything in a single platform. We are not selling a product here, but we are rather selling a complete platform. Now with all this VPC construct, I was seeing how it is done. Right from your vCenter, you can create a VPC. So imagine a customer who is just doing a standard switch, talking about like a VPC creation at the cloud level. So it's a big transformation, not just for VMware as a product, but for an admin who's working as a VI admin who just know VMware. Now he knows the entire private cloud, how it is handled in a more modern way, right? So before and after, simple. So I was a customer who was managing every product Xylon approach, complex to manage and expensive to maintain. With this, with VCF, you have few new terminologies like VCF feed, VCF instance. We can talk about it, but I don't have much time. The timer is running in front of me. But then the good thing is we can standardize and centralize the entire operations, and then easier to manage the whole life cycle. And with very less resource, we can manage the entire VCF infrastructure. Now we'll start off with the case study. I want to spend some time in the case study 1 because in the case study 2 I'll just show some of the differences and not go step by step. Now this is a real customer, right? This customer is having multiple vSphere clusters across region. Now the problems, whatever I stated, is the same problem with this customer. The patching cycle or the upgrade cycles, and in fact the main thing is each cluster is managed separately. So there is no uniformity across the data centers. Now this one is a pretty basic VMware customer who just have vSphere, which is vCenter and ESXi, and they are facing this challenge. Now they already got VCF license, and we got the professional services. So how we started the whole journey with this customer. So as you can see, right, first thing, the key takeaway, if you remember my entire pitch here or not, but I just want you guys to remember a few things. First thing is, VCF is a journey. Today you have VCF license, it doesn't mean right tomorrow when you wake up you're VCF ready. No, that's not going to happen. So first, let's see how we can transform our existing vSphere environment into a VCF construct. So once you are in the VCF construct, then there is a roadmap ahead of you. Because you already paid for a license, and then you have tons of features available. Now depending upon your enterprise roadmap or what is your organization transformation journey, you can start enabling one by one. So for example, in a very high level, I just want to run through a little bit of things here, right, from upgrade of vSphere, right? So the first thing is, what are the existing components you have in your infrastructure? As I said, this customer is a very basic customer. They just had a vSphere cluster with vCenter. So it is pretty straightforward. Now first thing is, in vCenter Lifecycle Manager, you will have two options. One is the baseline and the other one is the images. We need to make sure the cluster is set to images and not the baseline, right? Then, depending upon which version, because there are a couple of things what we know, like the GA version of VCF requires us to do manual upgrade of vSphere. But then the version which recently released a couple of weeks back, 9.0.1, we can import the existing 8.x infrastructure provided it is at least update 1A, and then we can perform the upgrade using the lifecycle manageability of VCF. So everything remains same. Then the main thing is the cloud builder, what we call in the previous VCF, is now called as VCF installer. The cloud builder was a very heavy appliance. It was like more than 20 gigs because it has all the binaries. But in the current version, we call it as VCF installer, which is around 2 gig, very simple footprint. But then we need to set up a download binary depot. So you have two options for air gap, one is online or offline, with which you can download all your binaries. So pretty much if you have done that, your first step is done. Your infrastructure, all the prerequisite is met to go to VCF. The next immediate thing is, you will see some components getting deployed. So this is where I need to spend some time, especially on deploying VCF networking. Okay, now some customers are not very well versed with using the advanced networking, the VCF networking here for that matter, right? So should they immediately start using the VCF networking, build some network segments, use the overlay network? No, that's not the case. The thing is, with VCF, when you're onboarded, you have a roadmap, as I said. So you can modernize your networking later, but then for now you can still continue using your virtual distributed switch. So we are not forcing anyone, okay, once you're in VCF, you need to change the overall working of the product. It's just that you have something ready and you can start enabling one by one the features according to your roadmap and journey, right? So The licensing thing, what we see here, the number 6 is something very important. It is totally changed. Previously, the license was key, like the Microsoft license. We used to get some key file, which will apply the infrastructure and activate the product. But then with VCF 9, it is more like a file based, and your your VCF operations, right? That was just a monitoring and alerting tool previously. Now it has got promotions to certain level, like it does more license manageability. The entire fleet management and the lifecycle management is built into the operations, VCF operations. So whenever we talk about VCF operation is a hero product in that, which we need to spend a lot of time. So the users, more than logging into vCenter, would probably log into VCF operations going forward. So on a high level, the slide will be shared. This will be the journey. But the thing is, not every customer would have the same journey. For this customer, a very basic vSphere customer with vCenter, this is a straightforward journey what he had to follow. And depending upon the end version, there are certain steps which we need to follow. And the roadmap is laid out. So right now we converted this customer from vSphere to VCF. We have given him some time to take a deep breath, understand how VCF works, the UI has changed, get used to the product first, and then we'll re-engage again for the next journey. Do you want to modernize your networking, or do you want to implement more intelligent operations, or what do you want to do? So that's the next questions which we'll start asking the customer. Okay. Now, quickly on the case study 2. This one is more mature, advanced VMware new customer, where they have vSphere with the whole suite of ARIA products. So right from your LCM operations, ARIA automation logs, and DIDM. So how is the journey for this customer with all the pain points mentioned? So very quickly, I'm not going to go through entire thing, but because this customer already has the vRealize ARIA suite, so what we do for this customer, we say you need to patch your LCM to a certain version, like the bare minimum required is 8.18 patch 2. Once you do this, the LCM is VCF 9 aware, and you start downloading key patches, and it will prepare your entire infrastructure. And we reuse a lot of products, like because this customer already had the ARIA operations, that will get converted into VCF operations, and the automation also gets converted into VCF automation. Apart from that, the entire step remains same, but we need to do a lot of detailed design workshop when we do all these things. So you can reach out to us on how is the journey. But the key takeaway from this slide is, when you already have multiple products, the conversion to VCF is more easy and straightforward, because we will start reusing quite a few things. Overall, the business impact, right? From both the case studies. So this is not just a random numbers put here. For example, right, if you go and talk to the same customers 6 months back, what is your maintenance window? They would have a lot of debate going on, like it's a very large window, we need to schedule few things, and if that doesn't work, I have to wait for another 1 or 2 months to get the downtime. So it's a very big maintenance window, but with VCF, the maintenance window is reduced 60% than what it used to be previously. Similarly, for the security and compliance, this customer bought an add-on license called VCF, the redefine license for micro-segmentation. So which is improved his overall security by 30%. And then the operational overhead has reduced by 45%, because with your VCF operations and the live patching, the entire process of day 2 has simplified. And lastly, the Gen AI, right? Okay, we as an SI, we have a lot of talks on the data and AI journey for customers. So when we talk to customers about the AI journey, first thing is data. Without data, there is no AI. Now, when we talk about data, the data is like asset to the company, and they don't want to put it in the cloud immediately. So they ask for a lot of solutions where they can run things in on-prem. Now with VCF, you already have the entire construct to run your private AI. So what else you need? You just pump in your enterprise data and enable your RAG use case or whatever you want to start agentic AI things, and everything stays within your ecosystem and within VMware ecosystem. You really need not bring in any third-party product as well. So key takeaway, I think a couple of more slides. first thing, understand where you are, and the next thing is plan for the migration. Do we really need to buy new hardware? Everything depends on the assessment, what we can help you do. And after that, plan a roadmap, because today you are in vSphere, tomorrow you are talking about VCF, then later, 1 year down the line, you should be like a private cloud ready customer, right? Okay, on a high level, how the operations, the day-to journey for the customer got simplified is the same points which we spoke in the previous couple of slides. I just want to quickly move on to maximizing VCF ROI. So this is where I want to sell, our company as Systex here. We have all the sales here, and our sales director is also here if you want to get some good discount. So we want to support the whole customer journey here because VCF is a journey, as I said. So what we are planning from Systex Asia is we provide a free assessment for customers. Any VMware customer, they just need to reach out to us and we do a free assessment, like what is the current state, what will be their end state, what is their roadmap, do they require any new hardware. So everything is done. And what you need for the free assessment is just my name card, or you can talk to one of the sales and we will get it done for you guys. So with this, I'm finishing my session. Please scan and take the survey. And any questions, please reach out to me. I'll be around here. Thank you so much, guys.